What's up, everybody? Welcome into another edition of SEC After Dark. We are live. That is lava time. And as most of you can tell, I have changed up my studio since the last time everyone in this crowd saw me. So what is up, everybody? We got a four-man weave. Boss man should be a little bit late. Hopefully he will be upon us, and hopefully Jake will feel better very, very soon. He is under the weather. It is SEC After Dark. It is the best night of the week. Joining us on this outstanding experience straight from Media Days himself, right down the road, Stephen Willis, Locked On Ole Miss. Got Jeb Beecham, also in Central Florida as well. He's our movie expert. When he's going to share that knowledge with every single one of you is, well, that's up to him. And, of course, Mike Huseman, Off-Season After Dark, regular contributor of the Locked On Ole Miss Everydayers Club and Locked On Vandy. Not pictured is Jake Thomas, your double shot of Alabama. And, of course, Hammer is one half of Biscuits and SEC. He is also not pictured. We're expecting Boss Man to arrive a little bit later. And our comment here, if you guys are wondering, have you guys seen the thumbnail?
I haven't.
No, I have not seen the thumbnail.
It is John Summerall from Media Days.
Okay.
Listen, before we get started, after Media Days, it is now my life goal to sit down and have a beer while Pete Golding and John Summerall talk about anything for 3 hours.
Oh, okay.
They can do whatever. That's what I want. I just want to be there and listen to it.
Yeah. Hey, I'm with you on that for sure.
I was curious how that went. Like, who, as far as our new coaches, like, did any of them really impress you? It sounds like John Summerall did. Or, I mean,
Will Stein certainly doesn't lack confidence.
Yeah. Golding won Media Days. He was fantastic.
I definitely got clips sent to me of him talking. So
yeah, Clark Lee. Good Lord, I cannot. The English language is tough tonight. Clark Lee won SEC Media Days as well. He put on a master class for leadership and how to handle like not getting too giddy over all the praise he was getting for the 10 wins and stuff like that. And I thought he had a really good answer for replacing Diego Pavia. Jesse Minter also had a really good statement for how to replace Diego Pavia as he was waived from the Baltimore Ravens today.
Yeah,
before training camp. So,
and Lane Kiffin did not win Media Days because you cannot win Media Days if you filibuster the whole time you're in the main room to try to avoid questions. So, that's not the best look when you're playing defense on the SEC Media Days trip.
Interesting.
Jeff Levy was all right. I watched him today and I told Corey earlier he was one of the guys I was most curious to see. He hit it down the fairway. He wasn't great. He wasn't awful. He was all right.
Boss Man has entered the chat.
Good back, baby. Can't wait for the season.
Fresh out of ACC Media Days.
That's right.
Yeah, I said after everything, if Ryan Silverfield or Jeff Levy made any headlines, that meant something went wrong.
Oh, all right. Yeah.
None of them did they?
No, Levy's shtick was just the O-line's getting better, essentially.
Yeah. But Lane Kiffin was today, and so was Steve Sarkisian. So nobody should be talking about Arkansas and Mississippi State.
Yeah, true.
The only thing I thought that came out of Silverfields was the one was the aura, the question about aura that he was talking, because everybody on social media was like, oh, this guy has no aura. And so they asked him about that. And he was like, oh, I got a hot wife and I don't know.
His response was pretty good, actually.
It was good. Yeah, no, I'm not good in shade.
I got a hot wife. Of course I've got aura.
Yeah, I got aura.
I got a hot wife, two beautiful daughters, and I'm an SEC head coach. I'm doing okay.
Yeah, true enough.
My wife hates James Franklin to this day because he was asked, how do you find football coaches? And his response was, I look at their wife. If they have a hot wife, that means they can recruit. And my wife has hated him from that moment. As soon as Becky finds out that he said, I have aura because I have a hot wife, she will hate Ryan Silverfield as well.
Yeah, and he also made that quip about Summerall throwing the podium too. So he threw a little bit of shade at that, but that was about it from Silverfield. Although I did hear too that I had media days on the whole time, just in the background listening to stuff, and a lot of the pundits, for the most part, were saying from the interviews on the desk to the podium and everything that they came away impressed with Silverfield. So we'll see.
Yeah.
All he had to do is not screw up. Just don't screw up. And he didn't.
I saw some fans that were not thrilled with what he said, but I also don't know what would have pleased these people either. It seemed like they were just predisposed to not like what he was going to say. Like, don't get me wrong. I've kind of trashed that hire most of the offseason, but I'm also going to give him credit. Like, he wasn't awful.
No, he wasn't. I thought he did pretty good, actually. I thought he was okay, which that's all he needed to be. It was just okay.
Yeah.
You know,
The weirdest
I don't
thing-
need sound clips from him. And like Steve said, we don't need sound clips from him and Jeff Levy. Just don't give other people bulletin board material.
Yeah, just don't give a negative headline. Don't like today Lane Kiffin, and he was fine. This is not me complaining about Lane, but he was asked about all the players listed for Mississippi. Why is Oxford racist? And they went on a diatribe about his dad and Hulk Hogan dying, and looking for another job is hard, and because of that, it's hard. And that was like his answer. It's like, what are you talking about, dude? And I know you were coached on that Vanity Fair article.
Politician-like answer. We just keep talking, but nothing's really coming out.
You should have stuck around and asked him a question. Somebody asked him.
I didn't think Hulk Hogan would ever die. It's like, really?
What are you talking about?
Yeah, he was all over the place. Yeah, I mean, I guess that's probably what I would have. If I was his PR consultant, maybe that's what I would have told him. It's just, you know what? You kind of have a mad scientist vibe anyway. Like, just don't answer the question. Answer the question you want to answer, which is just say whatever the hell you want.
So
Wayne,
weird.
if you win games this year, nobody's going to care what you said in July. Just do what you want to do. Yeah.
Totally.
But I tell you what, if he wins 8 games, he goes 8-4. They will.
Yeah.
They'd be like, what
Yeah.
the hell is
He's
this?
got a lot of pressure on him from where he is. So
That's what I was saying the other night on our Biscuit Index Rating series. I did LSU, and I was like, that's the floor. Like you really need to do better than that because of the roster, the money that's being paid, all that. Like, and I mean, we've harped on it a lot, but Signetti completely reset the timeline for all these guys. You got 2 years. Like, get it done.
And I think that's a great point, Boss. But a lot of people say, well, he needs to make the playoff in year 1. No, I don't think so. But he probably does in year 2 or 3.
Yeah.
Well,
and I think he needs to be on the verge.
Here's his problem. It's a $50 million roster. And those people that donated that money, because, they got that money was donated, next year might not be as willing to donate that money if they throw up a 6-6.
yeah, you're
Which
going to
is
be able to keep those
possible.
kids.
Because Lane has never in his first year finished above 500.
Lane,
Well, I think he did at
Tennessee or Ole
FAU,
Miss.
actually.
No,
One
I'm talking about in the SEC.
Okay.
When he was at the G6 level, that's a different angle. But Tennessee went 6-6, and Ole Miss he went 4-5.
5-5, I think at Ole Miss.
They beat Indiana in the bowl game.
Yeah, got it. Okay.
Yeah, I was talking about
say-
regular season.
He won Tennessee's bowl game too, but still
so
6-6.
7-6, right? Yeah. I mean, I mentioned that on our show last night too. Like, hey, let's average out from every stop what he's done in year 1. And I get it; it's a different time, transfer portal, all the money, everything. So you got to factor that in. But at every other stop he's been at, you average it out. In year 1, it's 8-4.
Yeah.
So we'll see. Got to be better than that. I think it backs up what Lane has been saying, where he can go back to those donors, Steve, at the end of the year, if they don't make the playoff. And he's been kind of, backpedaling a little bit and saying, hey, well, this is going to take a little bit of time. This is a rebuild, right? He's setting the expectations there. So if they're able to get to that like 9-3 and just get left out of the playoff, then he can go back and say, I told you it's going to take a little bit of time, but double down, we're almost there, and we'll get it in year 2 or 3.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
Yeah, I think Steve's right, though. Just part of his problem there is so much money being invested this year, obviously, to win this year. I mean, you don't bring in the quarterback they brought in to have a better year in 2 or 3 years. They expect it now. And I just, you know how LSU's boosters are. I mean, you get their government involved, too. It's ridiculous. Which he knowingly walked in that situation. It's not like he could complain. I'm just saying. And he probably feels like he's going to do well, but.
Yeah, we
I don't
never
know,
thought we would say this, but if they struggle, he will get less sympathy than Brian Kelly did. And that's unfathomable in some ways.
Yeah, that's
And-
true.
That's true.
Listen, and this is very real. Oil is up over $100 a barrel.
Mm-hmm.
LSU does make money off of oil. I mean, there's refineries all over that state. What if there is not as much money next year? Because if this keeps happening and the oil prices stay up where they are, that could be a problem for LSU moving forward.
Yeah.
Could be. They're making big bets too with all this money. I mean, the other thing too, I mean, this is just like looking out into the future. If this doesn't go well, they gave him 7 years, 91 million, buyouts, crazy, all that stuff. I mean, LSU, everybody knows LSU is like making a massive gamble, chips all in financial bet on, like, they don't really have money actually, despite what it looks like. They're betting on Lane Kiffin winning. And so if he doesn't win, are you really going to have the money to fire him in year 3 or 4 or 5? Like, maybe they'll find it, but they have found it many times. I don't know if they would have it. We'll see. That's a hypothetical, but it's interesting to think about.
Yeah.
You could just bankrupt the school.
Yeah.
Huh.
They are bankrupt.
I think they had $30 million in the hole. They just fired 30 people in the finance department. At the
They don't have
university.
money.
They
That's
did.
what I'm saying.
Yeah, they
Like,
were.
where would they get the money to fire Lane Kiffin? I mean, yeah, especially if it rolls down.
And this recruiting cycle, they're paying the equivalent of the Lubbock tax to get names in there.
Yeah. It's gonna, that model is gonna crap out at some point.
They have to win. That's literally what they're betting. Win at all costs.
And maybe
one of
they
those-
know it's going to crap out. It's just, can we win a title on the front end of that before it happens?
And if we do, then the number goes up, and
Yep.
we're in the green or we're in the black. Yeah.
Yeah. It's going to be really interesting. But like I said, if they lose a couple of years and they end up having to fire Lane and all of that financially, I mean, you're talking about a 20-year killer of a program. It's one of those things that you don't recover from quickly.
It's like a self-imposed death penalty. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the biggest bet in college sports. I mean, the one thing we're not mentioning here, and we don't exactly know, although Steve, I think you might have more insight into this than we do, is it sounds like maybe they're bringing in private equity because they're about to have a meeting with the governor's mansion on like August 1st or something with all these boosters. So maybe the money's coming from there,
We know how well businesses do with private equity gets involved. So
it's going to
it's gonna turn out really well.
Yeah,
I can feel it.
Yeah, no. Don't even worry about it. It's all going to be perfect.
Yeah, you look at travel baseball and travel soccer and AAU basketball was private equity coming into youth sports. And now all of a sudden you're traveling around paying $4,000 for your kid to play. And it's turned into a rich kid sport. And private equity is what killed shopping malls. That's what I always said. The world's most perfect thing they destroyed. You don't think they would do that to college sports? I mean, come on.
Oh yeah.
I do. I mean, looking through the window, looking through the glass here as somebody who's not an LSU fan, I just love the idea of private equity business types and Cajuns pulling it out for supremacy within that type of structure. Sounds like fun.
And hey, Louisiana, they're famous for Huey Long, and here we go again. It's time's a flat circle.
Yeah, it's going to be fascinating. Hey, look, if they win, none of this matters, right? None of this negative stuff that we're talking about matters. But it's all going to come together quickly. And Kiffin today said that he's happy with where Sam Levitt's health is, but he's still dealing with that injury. It was a Liz Frank injury, right? I mean, his foot's not great. We don't know exactly how healthy he is.
Okay. Yeah. This is where it comes to injuries. Whatever Lane Kiffin tells you about an injured player, one way or another, do not believe him.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
This is the same person that was telling us 4 or 5 games into the Trinidad Chambliss era that Austin Simmons is the starter. We like where he is. We think he can contribute this week, all of that stuff. This isn't the first time. He is, I'll just call it what it is. He's a liar when it comes to injuries. He's not going to say anything in public that's anything remotely the truth. So if he says that a player is good and he starts using coded words and doesn't really talk about what's going on, I don't think he's there. It's one of those things that I just don't believe at this point. And that's just experience of dealing with this over 6 years. It's like, oh yeah, this player's going to be fine, and he's out for 3 weeks. And it's like, what happened? Oh, I don't know. And it's like we would like to have him this weekend. That's what LSU fans better get used to that. We would like to have him this weekend. We anticipate him being full speed this weekend. All of those qualifiers, pay attention to the qualifiers when it comes to Lane Kiffin, because if he doesn't speak in absolutes, don't believe him.
One of my biggest soapbox diatribe things in college football is we need official injury reports like the NFL has. We don't need to copy the NFL. Not everything they do is good for college football. This is one thing they do right. Have a codified official form, probable, doubtful, out, active, and do that. Now that we're paying guys, we can do that too.
Yeah. And last year, Brother Lane kind of made a mockery of that process.
Boy, did he. Yes.
Yeah.
Everyone is probable.
The entire roster.
Yeah.
Probable to play.
So I am genuinely glad that stuff like that and the faking injuries and all of that stuff, I no longer have to worry about that being an Ole Miss thing. And now I can just be ticked off like everybody else.
I was randomly on the treadmill yesterday, and the thought popped in my head, what happens when the first LSU defender fakes an injury against Ole Miss late in the game?
Know what that looks like.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah. The whole thing's shaped. Might bring some mustard bottles and some golf balls out on this.
Yeah.
Nice.
Better stock up.
That's right. Well, I brought this up.
Josh Heupel said.
People are taking you too literal, boss, man. You might actually be advocating violence.
Yeah, gosh, I absolutely am not. I promise you.
Yeah.
But I actually, jokes aside of the Yoga Lane schedule here, I wanted to bring this up because if Sam Levitt has the Liz Frank injury and it's not completely healed, and Lane Kiffin is bluffing, and you've got Clemson to open the season, and I said this last night on our show, that first 4 games, you really got to get out of that 3-1 if you are going to get to 9-3 or potentially get to a playoff. I mean, that first 4 weeks is brutal, and it's very possible you get out of that 2-2.
Yeah.
Good Lord.
Yeah,
Alabama and Texas back to back.
Yeah, Alabama, Texas, and Tennessee back to back.
Yeah, and then got to go to Tennessee after that. Wow.
It's front loaded and then it gets back heavy. Exactly.
Yeah.
You did a great job last night, boss, man. This is probably the best of your biscuit indexes you've done. But the scenario you talked about where if they're 1-3 and that doomsday happens, where do you go from there?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And there's that sneaky one. I mean, I think the roster's better than Auburn. Auburn, I think, is going to go through their growing pains in year 1. But it's still, you got to get to Jordan Hare. Jordan Hare is not an easy place to play. And that place has ghosts. And if they get him at night or something, you never know. It's haunted, right?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Oh, that meltdown could be amazing.
Yeah, I do think and I think Kentucky could be a problem. That Kentucky can be a problem for them this year. Yeah.
Lane always has.
They have been for Lane before.
But
and it's the SEC. You never know.
We also just I've said this about Kentucky before. They're going to get somebody this year. Will Stein, he's new to the conference. Their roster is sneaky good. It has some pretty solid guys. We don't know much about Kenny Minchie. And I think they're going to jump up and get somebody. Maybe it's LSU. Maybe it's somebody else. We'll see.
And the next running quarterback that Blake Baker stops will be the first. So I would watch out for Kamario Taylor in Mississippi State.
Sure.
That is a very, very valid point.
Because that dude, when he gets going, is Michael Vick athletic.
Oh, he's nasty. You got to really contain him.
Yeah, Jake's still 7-5. Could be, man. And what do we say? Floor is 8-4. You got to be above that if you're Lane Kiffin this year.
If it's 7-5, there's an A-bomb that goes off.
There's an A-bomb.
If they're realistic, if they're 7-5, assistant coaches have to get culled from the herd, and Baker's probably the sacrificial lamb. Whether it's his fault or not, Lane will have to do that.
Well, what I think happens if they go 7-5 is Blake Baker goes and takes a head job at a G6 somewhere, and Charlie Weiss Jr. goes to the NFL.
Then you got problems.
Which I think Weiss is going to go to the NFL regardless because he almost.
Yeah, I think he's gone after this year regardless.
Yeah, he almost went to the Giants in the first place.
Yeah,
which would have been a great move for him.
Yeah, and listen, he's a good quarterback that they brought in. If he is healthy, he's a good quarterback. But let's not act like he's going to be something special. This is a guy that threw for 90 yards against Mississippi State, with a running game and a first-round wide receiver. I mean, I don't know. I think there is a chance that the quarterback position blows up on LSU this year. I do think that.
Yeah. There's also a chance he's a top 5 pick. Like he
might be a top.
Yeah, there's so many bandwidths of outcomes there.
Yeah. Because there's going to be some guys, the wide receiver from Hawaii, the guy from Kansas. There's going to be weapons. Green is an amazing tight end. He has a chance to be very, very good at it. But what does the offensive line look like? Everybody talks about seeding and pass pro, but in run blocking, he wasn't very good at Colorado.
No.
The other offensive linemen they had to replace all of them. They're blocking for a brand new quarterback that has an injury history that's very real, that has not taken a meaningful team snap for LSU at this point.
Yeah.
So there's some unknowns I'll put it like this. There's a high variability. Can they win 10 games? Yes, absolutely. Can they win 6 games? Yes, absolutely. And anywhere in between there. And it all depends on so many factors.
This team actually, to me, I'm thinking about it as we're talking. This feels like the plot of Remember the Titans. And if they get to the end, right, and they're playing for the state championship, that means that they have made the playoff. But basically, think about Remember the Titans, right? Well, it's first-year head coach in Herman Boone. And he comes in there and he whips them into shape and everything. The team comes together by mid-season, and then they go on a crazy run, right?
Yeah.
Well, that's the same thing with LSU here. You got to speed up the timeline. Everything's new here. Everything, head coach is new. Staff is new. The entire roster is new. You got 60 new faces on this roster. So all of LSU's potential success this year is predicated on what you were just talking about, Stephen, which is, can they come together quickly, and are they able to mesh all of these new disparate pieces and also a new system and also implement a new culture in order to get these guys in line and ready to make a run at least? But you don't have till midseason. We just went over. It's now it has to happen.
And Remember the Titans, only Hollywood could make us think LSU's the good guys in this story. Nobody's thinking that.
And also, this is something that nobody's probably paying attention on this. This is the first time they tried to put in this system without one of the original Baylor guys. Jeff Levy put it in at Ole Miss. Kendall Briles at FAU. This is the first time where they did it themselves. And there's an operation to these high tempo offenses. And you learn about the shortcuts through trial and error. And listen, Charlie Weiss Jr. has done it for 3 years. Lane Kiffin has now been a part of it for close to a decade. They're smart enough to figure it out, but they haven't done an install. And I'm curious to see how that looks early on in the season, because with Jeff Levy, with Kendall Briles and those guys, it was second nature because they've put in that install every year for 15 years or something like that.
Mhm.
So I'm curious to see what it looks like.
Yeah, that'll be fascinating for sure. So yeah, who else do we feel like won on media days?
Everybody forgot him because he was first on day one. Venables did a good job.
Mm-hmm.
He does what he does. You know, you run through a brick wall for the guy after hearing him talk. And I thought some rando did a poll, and it was, I don't know if one of you guys reposted or somebody else, but it was most likable SEC coaches, and Venables was like 12 or 13. I'm like, huh? This guy's like top 3. What are we doing here?
Yeah,
Yeah, I agree.
everyone likes Venables.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a huge Venables fan.
That is funny about him. When it comes to opposing teams and Brent Venables, everybody's like, no, he's a good dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's also, out of every coach in the conference, one of the two, but if you would fire any of them today, he would be a D coordinator tomorrow, wherever he wanted to be. Like, the dude is well respected. Yeah.
I think Mike,
Jake over in the chat mentioned drink, and that's true. It was his first. He was the first day as well, and he decided let's go to war with the Big Ten. We're going to get this started off right, and he started that storm.
Yeah,
I just love that he doesn't mind kicking the anthill at these things. He makes it so enjoyable. Yeah.
I respect that.
Yeah.
I could mention this to Corey on one of our records, but Drink had the best joke of the weekend. What do you call a good-looking woman in Kansas? A tourist.
Nice.
Oh, that was good. This was the graphic y'all were talking about. It's from Next Round Live. It was we were talking about it in the DMs, I think. But yeah, this was I'm with you.
I don't know if I'd put Clark Lee that high.
Also, I wouldn't put Alex Golish that high. He's kind of surly.
Yeah. Clark Lee's very robotic. Like John Summerall and Pete Golding, yeah, absolutely, all day. I don't know if you were in here, boss man. I said it was my life goal to have a beer in a sports bar and just listen to Pete Golding and John Summerall talk ball for a couple of hours. That's what I want to do.
Venable
I think Elko's super likable too.
I agree. I really think the only thing that you can agree on in this list is Lane Kiffin at 16.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
like there's one villain in this conference right now, and it's
15 and 16 are very accurate because Sarkisian's
right. I totally agree with
this
list as an Aggie.
Yeah, Kalen DeBoer is too low on this list too, because I sat here and watched when he came in there. Alabama, unsurprisingly, has an entourage. But if there's any school in the SEC that can just big-time media, it's Alabama. But Kalen DeBoer went through Digital Drive and did interview after interview for the whole time. All the players lined up and they worked during SEC media days when they might not have had to. And I think that just shows the way he is, the way he's wired. And I would imagine that he would be a pretty likable dude once you got to know him.
That's also really smart on the PR front right now because he's taken a lot of incoming over the last, this offseason. So he's out there pushing the message on every show he can. That's smart by the Bama PR people.
Yeah, I called him Ray
Kiffin. Oh, go for it, Steve.
I called him Ray Perkins from the beginning.
Yeah. I feel like he's the inverse with Kiffin. The LSU people like him. Everybody else hates him. With DeBoer, it's only the Bama people that give him shtick. Everybody else thinks he's a pretty good coach.
Yeah, everyone else is like, why is he on the hot seat? And
I can't decide. I see a lot of like Bama, voices saying that it's the media that's spinning that narrative, and
could be.
I think that's part of it. I just think it's the reputation, right? That's the reputation is preceding them, and so they're having to beat back this this narrative that, DeBoer's on the hot seat or that Bama fans aren't happy with DeBoer or whatever. But I do think that there's still a pretty vocal piece of their fan base that is, they're crossways right now.
What are we even doing? We only won 13 games this year.
Right.
It does feel like some of it might be the media, because it kind of feels like every time they have something bad happens, they lose the game. Everybody just immediately is like, "Oh, what they gonna say? What's going to happen?"
Yeah, I can't wait to listen to Feinbaum on Monday.
Yeah, we're all just assuming there's going to be a meltdown every time.
Exactly.
Apparently, Legend got kicked out of media days.
Oh God.
I wonder what happened there.
I don't know, but I think I saw him with his embroidered jacket on Monday.
All right.
Yeah,
He had an embroidered sport coat, I think.
Oh, that's funny.
Thank you, Jake.
Okay.
Yes, glad to hear that. Yeah.
Steve, was there any talk about the free biscuits movement at SEC Media Days? Get us out of SEC Media Days jail.
Yeah, seriously.
I love it.
oh my God.
It was so weird because there were
Hold on.
Locked On Auburn was there. They actually had 2 seats there. Okay. I was there. Locked On LSU was there. Now, granted, all of us have nearly 20,000 subscribers on YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think Neighbors has about that as well. Marler's not near that, but I don't think he got credentialed through Locked On.
He got credentialed through Louisiana Sports.
I think that was that. So they just looked at your following thing on YouTube and it's like, oh, you have enough subscribers, we'll bring you in. What I am going to try to do and start pushing fairly early next year is I am going to apply under Locked On Ole Miss and After Dark. We're gonna try to do that because I'm going to have 2 employees on Locked On through the After Dark thing. That's probably going to be the people that go to Nashville.
Nice.
But yeah, there has to be a way to do it because Locked On and podcasts specifically in the SEC is kind of at war depending on school by school, how they look at it. Like Corey, what he was going through at Vandy is absolutely ridiculous. I think I saw one person covering Vandy all week.
Yeah, I mean 104.5 The Zone was there, but they're the Tennessee affiliate.
Yeah.
So that doesn't quite count. But Clark Lee did go on their show and had fun. But it's unbelievable. And I said it with Mike. I said it on Squad Show. It's ridiculous how every question to Clark Lee was from Huntsville, Tulsa, Oklahoma, inside Arkansas. Like everyone except for Vandy Media was asking him questions. Why? Because nobody was there from Vandy Media. And I made sure I was vocal on several occasions that somebody from Vandy Media wanted to be there. I would have asked 14 questions if I could have. But
and you need to say that over and over again on your podcast.
Yeah.
Free
Vandy, free Locked On Vandy, free biscuits.
The best questions Vandy got were from a guy from Norman, Oklahoma, and a student reporter from Starkville, Mississippi.
It's like what are we doing? Like, and I love the fact that they're credentialing students. I don't want to take away from that. Like,
sure,
WUOG
that's
is
a cool thing. Yeah.
That's a station I worked for in Athens. I was the sports director there. That was a fun experience. Yeah, great. That's not my point. Is not to step on them, but like, there's got to be some sort of like, if you got to have some sort of Vandy representation there. And I am employed by statistically, the number 1 sports podcasting network in sports media, Locked On, who already had other representatives there. So why not, from that same network, why not just green light anyone that applies from that network? Because we're big enough. We had 3 guys on Feinbaum.
I think we're at the point where they're trying to conserve space. I really think that.
Kick some of these. Like, there's
I was going to say there should be some kind of minimum though. Like if there's no Vandy person there,
or you get
It should
two
be-
floors, whatever, you know.
We need to have a
you should be
table
attempting to find
set
at least
up,
one.
and everybody gets to use that one table. They all as a person you get credentialed, but this is the one place you can be, because I'm gonna be honest, there were 4 different tables right now for Locked On hosts that were doing it, because the way it works is if you go down there, you need to justify being down there. So you're down there getting content and doing all this stuff. I mean, and I'm going to be honest, I'm not judging that, because if I was in their situation, I'd be doing the same thing. But there's no need that Locked On has 4 tables. No, you can share the one that is set up, because you're not using it at all times. Just schedule it out, but let the people get in the building, because they're the people that it's supposed to be for. It's not supposed to be about a random podcast interview and creating shows that are different from what you normally do. They're about giving the people access to people they're not going to see very often. And I think as it's becoming more of a made for TV event, this is getting lost a little bit.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's just baffling that would be that's the case. Like, it's not, you hear some of these outlets and I'm like, who? And I didn't get Locked On Bets, didn't get approved. The Locked On Sooners guys didn't get approved. John was approved through something else.
Yeah, Sooner Wire. But
he was not approved. And then Jay did not get approved through Locked On Sooners. I don't know if Longhorns tried. I don't know if I don't think Lance Daw tried. Marler was credentialed through something else, so he was down there. Zach was credentialed through Locked On Auburn.
And
Neighbors,
so was Gerald Dapprich, I think.
Yeah, he had 2. And John Neighbors was inside Arkansas, so he didn't. Yeah. Moscona was credentialed through. No, he was probably credentialed through.
Was Lance Daw there?
ESPN.
Did you say him, Corey?
Who?
Was Lance Daw there?
No, he wasn't there.
No, he doesn't really. He doesn't really.
It would shock me if there was a Kentucky person there.
He doesn't talk football.
I know who else was there.
Yeah, he's doing basketball shows right now.
Okay.
You know what's crazy? I'm about to crank out a Vandy baseball show.
Nice.
Man, you're gonna make me judge you.
Well, they just hired a GM, and those shows are actually doing fairly well.
Was it Arizona State, USC? Where was he from?
USC.
Okay.
Yeah, my rule is Ole Miss football in the first segment, Ole Miss football or recruiting in the second segment, and the third segment, we can talk about baseball or something.
It's a bonus show.
Yeah, why not?
Even for bonus shows, I don't mess with it, because you don't have the numbers going in on it.
For the first time ever, I think people are actually interested in Vandy baseball. For the first time ever, like from a podcast standpoint.
Well, it's like Indiana claimed to be a basketball school. It's like, we're a basketball school. All we care about basketball. And then they started getting good at football, and it's like, oh man, the numbers went way up. Yeah, shocking.
Yeah, which a random Friday afternoon show right before training camp is probably not a bad place to, if you're going to do it, not a bad place to put it. But
I would put it at 5 o'clock on Sunday.
It's 5 o'clock somewhere.
That would be a weekend bonus show for me.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So, Steve is the only member who got to go to media days this year. What was your favorite part? Could have been an interview you did. Could have been a dinner you went to.
He told Greg Sankey free biscuits.
Yeah. Flipped him a note when you shook his hand.
Yeah.
My favorite moment was hearing the subtle shot from Pete Golding and then realizing what he actually said.
Yeah.
What was that?
If you are not focused, Louisville can beat you. You have to handle everybody on your schedule one after another. If you're not focused, you can lose to Kentucky. You can lose to Florida. And it's like, whoa, we're doing that.
It was a good shot across.
No,
And the other one it said in 2023 they played Georgia and got blown out. And the next year, Pete told Lane to do everything the opposite that he did last year, including staying off the phone.
Well, since you got Sankey's number, can you just text him this photo and let him know that this was flying over Mount Rushmore this week?
Mm.
I think you just saw it.
Good. All right. Just making sure.
I will say this, though.
I'll deliver it with him.
They're going to go back to Nashville next year, and fine, it'll be the Music City Center or whatever, and that'll be media days.
Mm-hmm.
Tampa knocked it out of the park. That was a pretty amazing setup. And if it doesn't come back here, I would be shocked.
Everything looked great on SEC Network. I mean, I had it on all 4 days. Like, the shots were great. It's the hotel right on the water, isn't it?
Yes.
CW? Yeah. No,
both of them.
Got it. Okay.
Did you see the one shot they showed of like Digital Drive and some guy diving off into the bay? That was Steve.
No. So, athletes,
Like,
speaking of recruiting, you got thoughts on the running back going to Tennessee, Jeb? We'll leave this one to you.
Jeb, the kid from Baylor.
I mean, he made the obvious and right choice. What else can you say? He's
got all of those hometown ties, being from Canada.
Yeah.
He
actually
looks like that.
This good Lord. I love that. It just works out perfect. I mean, think of that offense in a year or two. You're going to have Faison Brandon, a 5-star quarterback, kind of a 5-star wide receiver, and TK Keys. You're going to have Tristan Keys. You're going to have a 5-star offensive tackle. Well, probably a couple of 5-star offensive tackles, actually. And now you're going to have this running back as well.
Vandy.
Yeah.
I mean,
just having a true freshman quarterback means that Bobby Hill might struggle a little bit this year, but
No, what's going to happen is Bobby Hill's going to struggle this year, and then Buster is going to be the head coach at Tennessee and complete the cycle of my most hated schools.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. That would be pretty fantastic. Hey, we got somebody from Australia here. Says SEC Down Under.
Ooh,
Says, great listen, guys. I came across you. Is there specific metrics you need to achieve to gain access to media day, or is it more subjective rather than objective approval process?
I probably can't give you a real answer because I'm still frustrated. SEC Down Under, so I don't really know.
Yeah, it's subjective. Now it helps whenever you have a large subscriber number. I'm just about to go over 20,000 subscribers, and Matt Moscona and Zach Blackerby and those guys, they're over 30,000 subscribers. And then John Neighbors right around where I am. And like I said, Sooners are near where I am, and Marler went through LouisianaSports.net. But it all depends, because when you apply, they ask the SID and put you in front of the SID of the specific school that you cover. And if they have a problem with you, or they're fighting some kind of internal war about that's a podcast and we don't deal with them, they're not going to credential you.
And that's likely what happened to me.
Yeah.
Truthfully.
So you just have to be careful. It is a very subjective thing, but metrics do help whenever you can say, hey, my videos are getting 4,000 views per show and the subscriber count is close to 20,000. That's a lot easier to say than my shows get 500 views and we have 2,000 subscribers. That's a visual thing that you might not be able to get over.
Steve, I'm hoping to get there. So, 2,500, averaging 500 views.
SEC Down Under. It's been good interacting with you on Twitter a little bit, senior stuff, but go subscribe to our shows on YouTube, Biscuits and SEC, Locked on Vandy, and then Off Season After Dark over up here, so that we can get to SEC Media Days, because the campaign to get the After Dark network, the full After Dark network, to SEC Media Days in Nashville 2027 starts right now.
Oh, the funniest part of Media Days for me, CBS has a room to where they do all of the production stuff that they were doing whenever they broadcast at the SEC. SEC Sports HQ had a studio set up just like SEC Network and all of that broadcasting, and they have nothing to do with the conference. And I'm just trying, it's like, what is going on here? And,
Did they send Aaron Murray?
yeah, I think I saw Aaron Murray, actually. I saw Jacob Hester quite a bit because he was right next door at the next table. You see everybody, Doring and Peter Burns and basically everything. Listen, there is very much an award show feel to SEC Media Days. There is a semblance of being very proud as like these circles getting together and recognizing each other and all of that. And it can get creepy from time to time. You're just sitting here, it's like, yeah, we're the best. We're the best. No, we're the best, and all of that going on. And, it's like I said, it's a made for TV event and they use it for networking, and people come down there and they have to get all this content to justify their trip. And because of that, it's a whole bunch of, hey, let's talk to Texags, and Bobby Burton of On Texas is here, and all of the, let's try and go through to everybody. And you end up saying the same thing over and over again. And if you're not careful, you can get really tired. I'll tell you a funny story. It's like, I was so mentally worn down on Wednesday. It was late in the afternoon. It was at the point where I was just completely tunnel visioning and oblivious to the whole world. And I went by to say bye to a couple of people before I was getting ready to go. I didn't even realize they were recording. I'm just an idiot standing behind them for like 2 minutes because I had no idea what was going on. And if you're not careful, that can happen. Now, picture 4 days of that to where it compounds. It can be very mentally draining because I can't believe I did that, and I apologize completely to them for doing that. I can't believe that happened. But yeah, it can turn into like the South Park meme of the smelling your own farts, and you see that from time to time around the room.
Who the hell is this moron?
Literally worldwide.
Yeah.
Yep. That's for our friend SEC down under. Yep.
Yeah. He raised the flag. Thank you, SEC.
Yeah.
Mike, you've been on this, man. Oh, what? We got a horn in here. Let's go. I want to talk about this.
Think he's talking to you, boss man.
Yeah. Well, I'll talk about that at an hour and 5 minutes once we get there. So I want to talk about this real quick because SEC Down Under, I know he's in the chat tonight, and we went back and forth a little bit. I thought you guys would be great to answer this question because I have a couple names that I can think of, but like, who are some of the good personalities, that have come through the SEC in terms of coaches, whether they were at SEC Media Days or, back during like the Bear Bryant era or whatever.
Spurrier, obviously, he's got to be number one.
Yeah, true. Yep.
I think Mark Richt was definitely not one of them. He was very.
He's a good man, though.
Champ was one.
Hal Mummy.
Hal Mummy. Yeah.
Hal Mummy. Where do you think Lee
The pirate?
Pirate.
Yeah, where do you think Lee got it from? They worked together for a long, long time.
Jackie Sherrill was a personality.
I was thinking him too. Yeah, he came to mind. Yep.
But Media Days wasn't what it is now then.
No,
Nothing.
It wasn't.
Just in general personalities. Like there was a lot of guys that were just straight up reserved. Terry Bowden, I think, was a bit of a personality, right, Steve?
Mm.
Yeah, it could be crazy. Yeah. It was one of those things, but if he didn't like you, he didn't like you.
Okay.
Yeah, it's one of those things where if you ever crossed over the line, you weren't getting back.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is weird because his dad is definitely not like that.
Yeah, but if you see the documentary about Hulk Hogan dying,
Yeah. I mean, that did it.
Yeah. Anytime something controversial gets asked, all of that gets thrown into the middle of the quote to where it can't be used in a clip.
Mm-hmm.
And that's creepy. It's slimy, man. That's slimy.
You know who's a good media days personality? Struggled in the SEC, but has been very good elsewhere. Brett Bielema is a very fun guy to listen to talk.
Yeah.
He's good. I agree. That's a good one.
He is Big Ten through and through.
Yeah.
He's lame.
Bert.
Oh,
maybe Tuberville.
You want to talk about all-time slime
Governor Tuberville.
Yeah.
All-time slime ball.
Oh man, Ron Zook. Wow.
Yeah. Zook came on. I did a sports talk radio show for American Forces Network in Italy, and I got 3 coaches to come on and talk about what's going on. I got an interview from David Cutcliffe. I got an interview from Frank Solich, and then Ron Zook. So I will always be appreciative of Ron Zook for doing that for a young sailor that just wanted to talk about ball for an hour randomly in Italy.
Did he tell you sounded like Sling Blade?
I don't think Sling Blade existed at that point.
Did it not? I thought it came out like the late 90s.
I was thinking it was 98, 97, 98.
Yeah, Ron Zook was in Florida when I was in college.
Texas is all in. Texas has a really great roster, and so you're going to have to deal with it. We're going to make Boss Man throw up, but yeah.
In the game, maybe. I don't think an SEC team wins it again. But.
You think it's another Big Ten?
It's Big 12
or Notre Dame. Yeah.
It's Big 12 for sure.
Yeah, Texas
Colorado.
Tech.
Yeah, Texas Tech.
Colorado.
Bet on it.
Nice. Oh gosh, man. All right, Scooter, here it is. Sorry. There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching, Scooter.
There you go.
That's such great framing over Texas Aggies, by the way.
Yeah, right.
Such great framing. Cassie says she hopes our week has been good.
It has. Thank you.
Hey, Cassie.
Yeah, and you would not believe what Jake was saying about you the other night. My goodness. I cannot believe you would let him get away with that.
I know Cassidy's already studying the schedules too. Kick our ass this year.
Cassidy's like, I'm coming for you. Coming for that number 1 spot.
Yeah.
Coming
we know Hammer's
athletes for him.
Probably Opryland would be in the running for media day.
That's usually where they do the AFCA convention.
Opryland.
But the Music City Center is always on the table for events like this.
That's what it's built for.
Yeah.
What did he say?
He said that you were the sick one and not his mom that one time when he couldn't come on the show.
He said that you beating him in the standings made him sick.
I'm not even going to make something up because I don't want to get Jake in trouble any worse than we did.
Nah, Jake didn't say anything actually. So, Cassidy.
That's kind of an interesting question. If the SECs,
I think he means secede, but yeah, we're on the right track.
Do you think the TV networks would benefit from it? I do think there's a world where that could work, but I don't think the SEC, if that happens, goes it alone. And to put this out, at least for me, I think y'all are probably the same way here, but like, I don't want the SEC to secede. I love college football for the traditions and the out of conference games and all that sort of stuff too. So I hope it doesn't happen, but we'll see.
Okay.
I agree. I don't want it to happen. I think them in the Big Ten will, but I don't want it to happen.
Yeah.
And do you want to hear my conspircy theory?
Please.
I do have a conspiracy theory.
Yeah,
it will not be 16 team SEC teams seceding, them breaking away. It won't be just 18 Big Ten teams breaking away.
Right.
No.
The SEC is going to get Georgia Tech, Clemson, Florida State, Kansas, all of those ACC rivals that everybody counts. Miami,
Louisville, Boston College, yeah.
And it's going to end up being 30-30. They're going to have 60 teams, and you're going to break up into 10-team divisions. And honestly, it's going to look like college football did in 1985, just in those conferences, with no G5 games. But I do think the FCS game sticks around because I think they will try and make sure to take care of the FCS programs.
That's it. Mike, that's close to what we said 48 teams, I believe.
Yeah.
So basically just killing off the NCAA. Yeah.
Yeah, right. Kill off the NCAA.
At least for Kansas is another team to watch. So Virginia, North Carolina, and all those new markets, but look for like Kansas to go with the Georgia Tech and all that, because I do think they want Missouri to have the footprint.
I think in 3 or 4 years, we're going to get another round of conference realignment. It won't be this time. It will be the realignment time after that. And what I also think will correspond with this, non-football related, we get a Olympic sport body that oversees those sports at a USOC, but for colleges, which we should have, because we need that as feeders for the Olympics. So do most countries.
Notre Dame's going to the Big Ten.
Yeah, they'll have to get forced into a conference.
I hope we freeze them out. Screw them.
Yeah, but they won't, because the Big Ten wants them that much, and they know
we need them. Well, we don't need them. We want them.
I know.
They are that gorgeous girl in high school that just has an absolutely crappy personality that you don't want to be around, but you just want the pictures. It's like, yeah, this is what I was with, but just talking to her is like, oh my gosh, she's dumb as a rock and mean, and that's what Notre Dame is.
Oh Lord.
You know that, Steve, that's exactly how I felt when I went and saw Notre Dame Stadium when I was in South Bend many years ago.
This is
this is super cool.
Dumb girl that I went and saw.
Yeah.
Take a picture. This is going to be a really cool picture that I'll think about my entire life. Get me the heck out of here.
That's right. Yeah, it was freezing too, and snow.
I feel like people have said that about the Rose Bowl too.
Like, the Rose Bowl is
beautiful picture, but
the best bowl game stadium. It is the worst home game stadium for UCLA. Yeah. Stadium itself is terrible. Yeah.
Thanks, Scooter. Appreciate it, my man. Gig 'em, hook 'em. Gonna be a fun year.
Oh boy.
How would you evaluate the 4 most recent? Now, Cassie gave you the 2 minutes. She's back on her game. How would you evaluate the 4 most recent SEC editions and the most recent Big Ten editions? Which 4 would you buy stock over the next 10 years? Texas, OU, A&M, Mizzou versus USC, Oregon, Washington, UCLA. I'll take our guys.
Yeah, the SEC's got the better end of that because they have Texas and Texas A&M, and they have more money than God. At the end of the day, money solves a lot of problems.
TV market wise, I bet the Big Ten's coming out ahead, though. That West Coast media market is very sports heavy. So TV wise, it's making sense for them.
That's true, but you gotta, in terms of the power of the eyeballs, right? Like how the only one there's 2 that matter there, USC and Oregon. But other than that, UCLA might in a couple of years if Bob Chesney does well. Washington doesn't really.
It was recently a playoff team.
Who?
Washington was a playoff team not too long ago.
No, I know, but they lost that coach, and I mean, Jed Fish is fine, but they haven't been back really since they lost to Moore.
And also, looking back at it, if you're getting Texas A&M, and Oklahoma, you get basically the entire state of Texas and Oklahoma watching those games. I mean, that everybody's talking about one team per state to get in the market. No. Just talking about an eyeballs and people paying attention to what's going on. Texas A&M, and Oklahoma, you don't get much better than that.
No. Yeah. And Mizzou is very underrated in that aspect too, because Kansas City is sneakily a big market, and Missouri's big, and you get St. Louis.
You get
St. Louis, and you get that kind of corridor. You might even sneak some views up into Chicago too with that.
Yeah.
So
we'll make a Big Ten joke about Missouri, but
But what within 30 miles of USC and UCLA, you have 12 million people. Or
Yeah.
that's
maybe
definitely
not
a big
that
thing.
many, but it's close.
Who give zero, what's about college football. They're watching the Lakers and the Dodgers.
Yeah, the highest college football market year in and year out is Birmingham.
Yeah.
Incredible.
What else are you going to watch?
Yeah.
LA and New York care very little about college football. They're all about NBA and Major League Baseball. They're all about turning over cop cars and beating up Spurs fans in New York. In LA, they're sitting in traffic listening to Vin Scully on the radio,
Yeah.
going to the Dodgers game, or worrying about where LeBron's going to play next year.
They're watching Otani.
This feels like a Rivals radio thing you just did.
Yeah.
Jim,
Did you just do a Rivals radio thing?
Yeah, that's a Rivals radio reference.
Okay.
When I get happy, I want to blow stuff up. I want to burn things and turn over cop cars.
There it is. That's it.
I want to burn things and turn over cop cars. Phil King was the balls. Yeah,
Thanks, Cassidy.
that was yeah.
She's still looking out.
Yeah, I said Cassie was on her game. She sent that at 8:58.
Oh, nice.
So guess who's not on their game?
Yeah, well,
Big shocker.
She's got the bullwhip out taking care of Jeb or Jay.
Yeah.
would say.
yeah.
He is definitely taking care of Jeb.
Yeah.
Getting Jeb in line, bro.
Yeah.
Not that I
I know
don't need
one thing
it,
about
but-
this, Cassidy. Boss Man and I will be fading the 20-point favorites come SEC play is what I will be doing in the picks this year. Yeah.
Yes. I will not be going against my own rule as I did a couple times last year.
Yeah.
And I'm excited that ChatGPT exists because we can have some really cool graphics for our picks. That's what I'm
Whoa.
looking
Yeah.
forward to.
Make that easy.
Now we got to stick to our themes.
I had fun doing the themes last year. Yeah.
Yeah,
You can
those
do
are
the
really cool.
themes, just use
Yeah.
ChatGPT.
Yeah.
I'll give you the login. So
Oh, I created one. Where do you think we got all the free biscuits flags? Yeah.
I still have my graphics somewhere of Moron Mountain. I got to go back and get that one. I like that one.
That was a good one.
Yeah.
I thought it was still in here.
I thought it was too.
Oh yeah.
So, all right. Well, 2 minutes. Yes, this is SEC After Dark. Thanks for joining us. We are obviously off the rails. Two certainties in life. Boss Man's going to be 2 minutes late, and Corey is going to be 2 minutes late getting us out of here. So, this is me trying to figure out how to close the show.
Yes.
Every week. Gosh. That's the free biscuits movement landing on
Oh,
desk.
Landing
Oh,
on
good. I was afraid I was having a stroke.
That's it. Now listen very carefully. This is SEC After Dark. We are the greatest show ever. Free biscuits. Yeah. I just discovered the sound machine again. I remember the first time I discovered sound effects.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
Excuse me.
Oh, somebody in Georgia's driving.
I was making a joke with Perko, and I was saying the next frontier for Georgia is boating. They've got every land vehicle. They've got some sort of violation in every land vehicle. Now they need to go to the water, and then eventually, hopefully, they stop there and don't go to the air. But
Tell them to stay away from Lake Lanier.
that is a very true statement. Lake
Do
Lanier
not go
is Lake Lanier is, well, it's the armpit of Georgia.
Haunted.
It's brutal. Everyone go. I don't know why everyone goes there, but Lake Oconee's like 10 minutes down the road, so they'll just go there.
True.
Speaking of bad news and bad decisions, Boss Man, what about your former running backs and their blinding of their own children? What is going on here?
Oh gosh, that's such a sad thing. I think the kid's going to be okay.
That's what I was going to ask. Like, I didn't know what happened, like health wise.
I don't have the final say on that, but I think y'all can look into it after the show. But I think he's okay. But for those who haven't seen Le'Veon Moss, former A&M running back, he would keep a gun under his pillow to protect his family, And I think sadly his 2-year-old son went in, found the gun, and like accidentally shot himself.
That is what happened.
Yeah, but I think the kid's going to be okay. Thank God. So I think it's all going to be okay. But he was arrested because it was his negligence. Should have been safe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
But which that's crazy too, because like Le'Veon Moss, just to say this, like Le'Veon Moss was beloved at A&M. He was a stand-up guy. Good, that was very surprising when I saw he had gotten arrested, because most of the reports out of A&M were always that like he's a leader on the team, he's a great guy, great kid, in the locker room first, in the meeting room first, all that kind of stuff. So I think it was just an unfortunate accident that he should have been a little bit more careful.
Yeah, it's just lack of being careful is that. I mean, it's the negligence is the that's the definition of negligence.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it does. I don't think it really reflects his character. Like, I don't think he obviously didn't do that on purpose. But
no, definitely not. So I think
it just sucks that he feels like he has to sleep with a gun under his pillow too. Like,
yeah.
you know, it's like, what kind of what's going on with that?
I mean, people have them in their bedrooms and stuff, right? But you can still there's still things that you can have that make them locked.
They make these nightstands that have like a button or like some sort of code you put in,
right?
And it opens up, and it's like for a handgun.
Exactly. So there's ways to do it.
Yeah.
So
thankfully, actually has something like that in his nightstand where he has a little like mechanical drawer.
Yeah. All right, keep us rolling.
Yeah.
Right.
So we are SEC After Dark. Thanks for making us part of your Thursday evening. Thank you for going off the rails with us. Jeb Beecham, eventually going to discuss movies. He's going to be our cinema expert, maybe. Is that
Summer Rental, John Candy?
Yeah.
Oh.
Definitely needs to be one of the first.
Jeb? Come on, Jeb.
Yes, absolutely. Of course.
Planes, trains, and automobiles.
This is your chance to launch us into a stratosphere. Then you got one half of Biscuits and SEC. Hammer is actually the real reason he is not here is he has been traveling the world posting these signs. So he's in Sydney, Australia. That's him down there looking up at it, admiring his work with the backpack. I don't know if you can see that little guy there. That's actually Hammer. So he is out spreading the word of the movement. So kudos to him. We'll see him when he gets back to the mainland here. But Boss Man is representing Biscuits and SEC. If you're missing out, you're truly missing out. They do a great job. Do you have a new showtime?
Yes, we're doing it at 8:00 Eastern, 7 Central. So we've been doing that for a couple weeks. It used to be at an hour earlier, but now for evermore, hopefully, should be at 8:00 Eastern.
Biscuits After
What two teams next week, Boss Man?
That's a good question. I think I've got South Carolina, and Hammer's got Ole Miss. So all you Ole Miss Rebs out there, listen to Stephen Willis. Come check us out next week, Wednesday, 8:00 Eastern. We do something called the Biscuit Index, where we go in depth on all these teams. We kind of do something different, I think, than you see in most media. So come check us out.
Absolutely. They're going to say that Trinidad should not play quarterback for Ole Miss. Like it should be the backup. So
he should play slot receiver for his NFL future. Just kidding.
Oh man. And that's Mike Huseman, Off Season After Dark. What's going on there?
Tomorrow morning, put out an episode with the Trust the Beard podcast. He does West Virginia Mountaineer football. So talking Rich Rod, Michael Hawkins, Cam Cook, did the record today. It was awesome. He was very good. And then on Sunday, going to have an episode come out Sunday with one of your fellow Locked On hosts, Roman Tomashoff, who does Locked On Huskies Washington podcast. So going to talk about Jed Fish and Damon Williams and the rest of the Huskies, and that'll come out Sunday.
Okay. Sounds wonderful. And we had a double feature there with Mike Huseman on Locked On Vandy this week, so check out our Media Days coverage there. That's Stephen Willis, Locked On Ole Miss, the most watched Ole Miss podcast in the podcasting universe. Was a member of SEC Media Days, should be up over 20 billion subscribers at this point. So I don't even think there's 20 billion people in the world, but it sounds like a good number. But anyway,
Well, not this world. There's other worlds, I'm sure.
yeah, the other worlds. But nonetheless, this guy over here is killing it. Whatever that number is, he's absolutely crushing it. I'm Corey Burton, locked on Vandy, and a future endeavor that's in the works. It's not officially official yet, but it's about as close to official as you can get. So that is going to be coming up here soon for me. And
I'm doing that too.
Yeah, Steve's doing it too.
Mhm.
So you could probably guess what Steve's venture is. Mine is a little bit different, but nonetheless,
You guys are both going on The View? That's awesome.
yeah, we are. We are. We're the new host of The View. We're going to just tackle over each other the whole time.
Me and Whoopi are going to figure out the inner city living situation while we're sitting here. So,
and I'm just going to
just give us a couple of weeks. We'll get that knocked out.
I'm going to be the airhead that cracks some random jokes. So be ready for that. And
Can't wait.
I'm just going to cackle the whole time,
I'm gonna
loudly,
watch it for the first time ever.
yeah. And probably the last time. Grand opening, grand closing. For Jeb, Boss Man, Mike, Steve, I'm Corey. This is SEC After Dark. We'll catch you back here next week. We are officially in preseason mode. Training camp right around the corner. We'll catch you back on the flip side. As always, go Dogs. Anchor down. Peace.
Kick 'em.
Go Vols.
Spurs
Hulk
up,
Hogan.
3 biscuits.
Hulk Hogan.
Let me tell you something here, brother.